I started noticing that every time I felt unsure about homeschooling or life or my home, I was leaning into purchasing a solution. And I really don't think that it was helping as much as I thought it would. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we're a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 10th, prepping for our 10th year of homeschooling. I will have a 5th grader and a 9th grader. Today, I want to talk with you about what we have actually purchased for the upcoming school year, the 2026-2027 homeschool year.
Frankenstein's Laboratory Notebook, a Gothic Science Workbook by Quill Echo.
Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I have to be honest with you, it does feel nice to get back to a little bit of my normal routine of things that I do come here and share. It has been fun, I think. Recently, we've talked about how this year doesn't feel like it normally does, how I'm not on the schedule that I normally am, how it just feels different. And I think it's a lot of the influence of the world pushing into all aspects of our lives. I think it is hard to talk about the video topics that I'm going to talk about this week in today's climate. So it's hard to talk about what I have acquired, what I have purchased, and what I have spent. Budgeting will be my next video, what we've actually spent on our homeschool for the upcoming year, because it is hard to talk about those things in a vacuum, in an isolated space. And so often, people who are not familiar with our journey, are not familiar with me, will come across these videos and feel like, and I also am guilty of it. I am also guilty of hearing about someone else and feeling the internal commentary that stokes. And so I want to remind you again at the top of this video that this is just what we have done. This is the path that we have chosen. This is what works for us, that this is going to be what I am talking about for the next year. These are the curriculum pieces that you will see, and you will not see many others because I am not using them. This is what I am using. This is what I have acquired. This is what I have purchased. This, in some instances, is what has been provided to me by the curriculum companies that I do love, which is another important note. So you will see it come up in both this video, what I have purchased, and also in my upcoming budgeting video. I will be completely transparent with you when I have not incurred the cost of that. That is honestly a perk of what I do here, a benefit of what I do here, but I promise you I will always share my absolute true and honest opinion of those things. I will be completely transparent with you when I have not spent my own physical dollars to acquire those things. And some of them are things that I have spent my physical dollars to acquire, and then it has turned into an opportunity for me to receive those pieces as, again, a benefit of coming here and sharing with you. Again, completely transparent on all of those things. This is not a commentary on what you do. You can absolutely source things secondhand. I have tons of videos, and I will go ahead and link it up here in the corner, a video on high quality, completely free ways to build out full middle school and high school years. I have a playlist here on all things free. I am a huge fan of reminding everybody that cost should not be a barrier to homeschooling, but I think this year, in this climate, it is very hard to come here and share what I am getting, because it honestly seems kind of trivial. However, it is what is happening in our lives, and it is what I enjoy sharing here with you, and it's likely the reason that you have come back. I am not going to sit here with the intent or with the goal to tell you to do more, to tell you what to buy, or to tell you to do less. I am going to share with you the path that I have taken this year, which honestly has been kind of different for me. I like to think that I've always been intentional with what we have brought into our homeschool and to our home. However, I also know that that would be a lie. I like having things. I like having more. I like doing more. And honestly, oftentimes that genuinely does work against me. And this year, I just didn't feel like I have had it in me to do more, to be more, to seek out more. If anything, I am just in a season of life when I just want less. I want more intention. I want decisions made from a place of peace. I don't want to be checking the boxes in our homeschool life from a place of uncertainty or a place of fear. I want to lean hard into what does work well for us. And so that means this year I have acquired less, and I am excited to show it to you. I have it actually laid out over here on the table. I am going to show you everything that we have purchased this year. This isn't everything that we're using. We'll do that later when I'm getting things prepped and ready. This is just what has literally come into my house for this next year. I have one bonus thing here too, just because it's really cool and someone sent it to me, and I love to share small publishers and new products and fun things. So I will share that with you here. Okay, so we are going to look at the things that I have physically purchased, bought, and brought into my home. And again, not everything. I just haven't gotten everything out yet for the upcoming year. So let's pop over and I'm going to show you what we have for the 2026-2027 school year. So this is where we're starting. This is the stack of things that I needed to repurchase for my youngest for her Michael Clay Thompson voyage level. So everything else I actually still have on a shelf downstairs from Big Sister. So this makes it way more economical because, as you know, the complete set is like a few $100s, but these are much more affordable to just go ahead and purchase the consumables. Now, you can easily get away with not having to repurchase these, but that just wasn't valuable to me. I would just rather spend the $15 per book and repurchase them. So that is my choice. Okay, so here is the 6th level of Michael Clay Thompson, which is the word within the word level 2, or Magic Lens level 2. There we go, Magic Lens level 2. And it comes with, as you can see, 1.5 million books because there's an instructor manual and a student book for each one. This is the readers, which we didn't actually intend to purchase because we have decided to, and we'll talk about this later, read different things. However, the cost of the package with these books was significantly cheaper than skipping them and just buying the other books. And so we have them. So we have the complete set because it was cheaper. With the complete set comes the usage manual, which I literally never use. This practice sentence, if you want more information on Michael Clay Thompson, I have full playlists, advanced academic writing. This is the actual grammar, the Magic Lens, and poetry. I have full playlists if you want more information on Michael Clay Thompson or how we use it, and I will cover this later as well, so don't worry. Now, this is the vocabulary. The vocabulary last year jumped up wildly hard, very, very, very hard. And so this year, she has requested that she have the option to have multiple choice tests. So I am actually currently building flashcard sets and multiple choice tests, so flashcard sets that I can put into her digital planner, and multiple choice tests that will be in the form of Google Forms and maybe like word searches and crosswords. I haven't gotten there yet, but if I manage to make this happen, I will go ahead and put them up for sale on my website so that you can also have access to them because it is kind of a lot of terrible work. So I will at least have it for my other child when she gets there, but also have it to share with all of you. Now, this is what I needed. Again, we have everything from first usage with Big Sister. This is what I needed for Matthew C. Zeta, just the student pack. And I was actually able to pick this up at a local homeschool bookstore, which is really cool. So I did pick up I just needed the student workbook and the test book for this. Okay, so if you saw my Evan Moore video, my partnership video, they actually gave me the opportunity to purchase books that I need. And so I went ahead and got skill sharpeners for this year and for next year because we love them and we use them. And I have like a million videos on those on this channel if you want to see that. And then I went ahead and got some summer activity books to reinforce spelling and some brain games because Big Sister has a lot of long camps and Little Sister has a little bit of camps. And so this should help us kind of fill some of those daytime hours. And then I went ahead, and again, I will have videos on everything else. This is just what I have acquired and have the French workbooks that I was able to find on their site, as well as the picture dictionary for Rosetta Stone, Carson DeLosa, and Evan Moore products. So that is those things, and I will give you a shot at the full stack. Give me 1 second. Okay, so that's it. That's all I brought into my house for the upcoming school year. Which I know you might be like, oh, Shauna, that's so much, but it is not for me. If you have seen videos from years past where I literally had a Timberdoodle box come into my house that weighed like 79 pounds, this is not that much. Now, I do have other things we're using that are like online based, but we'll talk about that as we get there. And I have actually already talked about that if you want to find the videos on what we plan to use for next year for 5th grade and for high school. So yeah, if you want to see that, let me know. If there's anything you're like, you really are curious and interested, let me know. And I will move it up the schedule for reviews and in-depth looks. Okay.
Okay, this is the bonus that I was telling you about. This is Dr. Frankenstein's Laboratory Notebook, a Gothic Science Workbook by Quill Echo. Now, if you are wondering how to use this book serves 2 purposes simultaneously. It is a genuine course in the natural sciences covering chemistry, physics, biology, and the molecular foundations of life. Every equation in these pages is real. Every historical figure mentioned existed. Every experiment described was conducted. The science is not decoration. It is also the laboratory notebook of a man who took that science further than any of his contemporaries thought advisable. You are invited to follow him. There is also a companion laboratory notebook that allows you to have some blank pages and some space to operate and evaluate the equations that are found in this book. And chapters include the elements, the periodic table, the chemical triad, the art of transformation, the spark of life from alchemy to modern chemistry, independent student study sessions, the hidden world, the chemistry of life, the blueprint of life, and the creation.
I am honestly curious if by this stage of my usual homeschool planning, you guys are just really tired of hearing me tell you that it is different, that I feel different, that I feel like it's resonating differently, that the world feels different, that it's just not the way that it normally is. I am curious. Are you in the same boat as me? Are you pausing before you're making these purchases? Are you questioning what you're leaning into? Are you really evaluating what works and what doesn't and just kind of doubling down on what you know is solid? Are you less likely to be taking some of the risks when it comes to curriculum purchases? I know that I am. I know that I enjoy coming here and sharing because I do hope that it does spare people going down the wrong path. I hope that by giving curriculum reviews and highlighting products and sharing things that it can be the kind of feedback that is useful to people. I know that I don't always resonate well with reviews and in-depth looks and things like that because I want to know. I want to know what the packaging is like. I want to know how it holds up. I want to know if we're really still using it next year. I want to know if you're going to come back to it next year. I want to know if you feel like it's worth the value. These are the things that matter to me. And so I'm going to continue sharing them. But again, I have tons of free resources here on this channel. I really don't want you to feel like cost is a barrier for you. And something that honestly has come up since we've moved and downsized is space. Space is a barrier. I don't want to have stuff that's just stuff taking up space. And something that every year, every time I go to make my Michael Clay Thompson purchase, I'm like, really? Like, is it worth it? It is. And I love it. And I don't like the digital books. So that's probably part of what helps me make those decisions. But so much stuff. So anyways, guys, all in all, I just hope that you found this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down. Please hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. While you're down there, let me know, are you Are you feeling less? Are you doing more? Are you being more intentional? Are you really searching out those free things this year? Because, well, money's got to go somewhere else. Money's got to go to gas. Money's got to go to the wildly high cost of ground turkey. What even is that? To kids' events. Maybe you're just prioritizing differently. Maybe you're just saving that money for a vacation. Maybe you just feel that all of us could stand to cut back a little bit. But honestly, I think that's part of how I feel about it. But it is what it is. And I'm curious to hear, how are you feeling? How are you resonating? Are you excited going into 2026, 27? What does it feel like for you? I genuinely am curious. I'm always curious if I'm feeling these things alone. Rarely am I. I know that. But yeah, I would like to hear. I'd like to hear. How's it going for you? How's it going? How are you? Are you good? Genuinely want to know. All right, guys. Yeah. That's it. I hope that by coming here and sharing, if there's something that I have shown you that you're like, oh, we used it, it was terrible, or oh, we used it, we loved it, or oh, I would love to see more of that, let me know, and I will move that up. I try to go through every specific piece that we use, like a more in-depth look at it, and I will be happy to share that with you. So just let me know, because that back and forth, that feedback, that dialogue, that real world usage, that is what helps all of us together in this secular homeschooling community make everyday magic.
Physics,
Bye, guys.
biology, and the molecular foundations of life. Every equation in these pages is real. Every historical figure mentioned existed. Every experiment described was conducted.